Grab your strap and lift it down. Put your strap next to you, but take both feet out. And I'm sitting on my blanket, so I've got a little bit of elevation of my hips, but not so much that I'm, stacked up 10 inches. Let's get ourselves sitting really well in a true 90-degree angle here. So draw your shoulders down and back, pull your belly button in, and flex your feet firmly up towards the ceiling. Rest your hands on the tops of your legs or lightly on the mat beside you. Relax your chin and relax your jaw. And if there's any way that you can integrate more tension into your legs to be stronger through the backs of your legs, pulling your toes straight up, do that now. So it makes you sit up a little taller when you really activate your feet. Good. Take a big breath in, and on your exhale, gently draw your right knee up towards your chest. Take your foot so it's at a hover off of the mat, and use the strength of your arms, squeeze that thigh into your chest. Still sitting up well, so bring your leg to you as opposed to you bringing your leg forward. Good. Take a big breath in here and an exhale. And then guide your right ankle so that it's on top of your left thigh. And now I've got this nice figure 4 here, and I'm still really strong in both feet. Anchor your hands on your knee and your foot. Hug your elbows in tight, so not out here, but in tight to your ribs, and lean forward. Like you're trying to hug this knee, pulling your chest towards your thighs. Take your chin, like your chin is reaching for the middle toe on your left foot. So not pulling down, but leaning forward. Feel your hip bones driving back. Close your eyes here. Just bring your awareness into your body. Regardless of the sensation, you can breathe. Another moment here. And then pulling your belly in, using a really flat back, lift your chest all the way back up. Oh, good. Bring your right ankle now underneath your left thigh. And pull your left knee in. So now I've got this right ankle here at a bend. Good, and left knee is pulling in. Pick your foot up off the floor so there's a little space between your foot and the floor if you can. Take your shoulders down and back. Squeeze your thigh in tight. Feel the pressure that you have of your thigh hugging into the left side of your abdomen, and also feel that crease at your leg, and that's your hip flexor. For me, I feel that tightness in the hips too. Good. Breathe here. And then gently guide your left ankle and try to bring it over on top of your right thigh. If it absolutely will not go, then you can bring it down a little bit into this hip crease. But be willing to have this knee jacked up. That's okay. You can even use a block underneath this space here to give you some support. Nice, Matthew. Tall spine, length through the back of your neck. Fold forward. Maybe you can walk your fingers forward. Maybe you need to keep your hands anchored on your knees. Think of the fold like it's coming from this mid-abdominal area, not from your shoulders. So I'm not hugging down. I'm folding like a forward fold at the waist. Good. Good, Tommy. Close your eyes, relax your jaw. And this is what we train ourselves to do in our yoga practice, is when we get ourselves into something that feels awkward or challenging or a little bit uncomfortable, we circle back to the breath. So the breath in through the nose, exhale through your nose, but with the energy and open throat like you were fogging up a mirror. 3 like that. Keep your lips closed. If you're making a bad face, stop making a bad face. Relax your jaw. You know if I'm talking to you, huh? One more breath. Good. Back out of this here. All right. Unwind. If you're comfortable in this position, Matthew, you look like you're pretty happy here. You can stay just like that. If this is a little bit too twisty for you, take one leg out or go just to your regular easy pose, which is this nice cross-leg position, and let's pick up the strap. I'll challenge my hips today too and go back to, this is, if you care, this is like a half lotus with this knee up here. And notice how if you've got some gap anytime between the knee and the floor, it's nice to put a block there. Oh, let's take that strap a little bit wider than shoulder distance. Take it up above your head. Get to that grip where you have a catch. So I'm not so wide, I can go all the way around yet. Yeah. And if you've got a stretchy band, maybe take your grip in a little tighter so that then when you stretch, you basically go to here, right? Because we want to be able to stop. You can feel as you take your arm bones back, if you're not too wide, you'll stop. You guys feel that intensely through your armpits and so forth? Okay, so relax your face and think about pulling your shoulder blades down. So if I was on your back and I put my hands on your back, I would put my hands in like your mid upper back, and then I would push your shoulder blades down and together. And that's the sensation you're looking for here as you squeeze your shoulder blades together, taking those arm bones back. If your arms are parallel to your ears, you probably can go back a little bit more. Good. I'd like you to be at this place where you're like, okay, I'm at an edge. Breathe in like you're fogging the mirror, but with your mouth closed. Exhale through your nose. Directing your energy to just be soft in the places where you're not holding tension. One more breath here. Good. Gently release your arms. Bring your hands to your knees. Shrug your shoulders a few times. Take a rest. All right. Same distance with that strap. For those of you that have stretchy straps, you might want to walk your hands in a little tighter. I'm going to take the strap in my left hand, bring it over to my right knee, and then just use this leverage of the strap, just like we normally do the spinal twist, but because I have the strap, I can kind of pull this back arm back. If it feels better to put your fingers on the floor, you can. So look, it's basically like a twist with the strap. Here's my strap, and I'm just pulling that shoulder back. Gets into that right shoulder joint quite a bit. You feel this deltoid muscle right up here at the top of your arm. We use that a lot when we're in plank, so stretching that out. Good. And if your strap is too stretchy and it's like you're not getting any tension there, just let it go. You can put your hand on the floor. Can you pull your ribs and everything over to the right? Pulling your left shoulder more to your midline. Good. Breathe here. Let's move on the exhale. Come back to center. Reposition, and we'll do the same thing the other way. And I'm sitting up really well, so I'm always being mindful that I'm trying to have a straight line of where my hips go, then my ribs, then my shoulders. Okay, So now my right hand is going to go to the left knee. And then I've got that strap and I can just create tension and pull back with my left arm. Again, if your strap is like super stretchy and then you end up just stretching too far, you can drop it and bring your fingers to the floor. But if you have the strap, it may allow you to create a twist that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do. Can you bring your right shoulder to midline, turning a little bit more at the waist, pulling your left outer lungs to face the left side of your mat. Take a breath in, move on your exhale, come back up to center. Good, let's get that strap wide now and make some full circles. If your legs are not comfortable, you can move them around. Take the strap a little bit wider. Let's take it all the way back and around. Oh. So creating mobility through the shoulder joint. Heather, if you swim, you must have both decent mobility and I imagine a certain amount of tightness through the ligaments and tendons in that shoulder.
This feels fantastic.
You know, because I'm imagining that shoulder, this movement as you're swimming a lot, right? Just like in your legs, you think of, you guys keep going while I talk, like here's the top of your bone and it goes in your joint. But if it just, like if I just took, you know, a piece of something and stuck it in a cup, it would just fall right back out. So all the tissue around it, all the soft tissue holds that in place. So we want that to be like very spongy, like the sponge that is soft and pliable, not stiff, dry, scraping, right? And so that mobility, that's what we're looking for here. Keep going a few more times. All right, are your shoulders totally tanked now? All right. Okay, last thing, y'all. Let's do like a side-to-side thing. So look, I've got my right arm up, left hand down, take a big lean towards the left and pull that strap down. You need to have a short enough stance that you feel the tension. It's different than when you're creating the lean because you're pulling. Now, good. If you're not feeling kind of like you and the strap are being stretched, shorten up your grip. Some of your faces tell me you're feeling it. Some of you. There you go. Oh. Turn your gaze and your chin a little bit up towards the right. Can you gently take this right arm back just a little bit more? Feel that like movement that's very subtle through the shoulders. Now drop your left elbow down and back. Ah. Oh. Okay, come back out. Come to center. A few shrugs of your shoulders. Play with your grip. Let's do the other side. Right. Michaela, too bad Marco with his shoulder things isn't with us today. You'll have to get him to go back and just do this little part, right? Okay, right hand down, left hand up to the sky. I'm not really close to my hip. I'm kind of giving myself some space. And I'm gonna find this place where if I walk my hand down, now when I push, I got tension here. So if my hands are too wide, I really don't have much tension. So no slack in the strap. Both you and the strap are meeting resistance. Good. Some of you already have your gaze up. Let's all go there. Gently taking your chin towards your left inner upper arm. And then subtly pull your left shoulder down and back. Gently bend your right elbow and drop that shoulder down and back. Are you breathing? Can you breathe? Looks really good, guys. Gently, let's unwind. Oh. Oh. All right, set that strap to the side. Unwind, move all your stuff out of the way. Oh. Grab your strap and let's lay down on that back. Get off your shoulders for a second. And then we'll be in a place where we can move all together, right? Legs and arms, waist and ribs. Find yourself on your mat, take a big stretch, head to toe. Give yourself a moment. If you have been flat out this week, I feel like the first week of the month, sometimes it just manifests that way, where it just ends up being what feels like busy. And maybe it's even sometimes hard to pinpoint what exactly is going on. It just feels that way. Give yourself a moment. Right. Let's stretch out our feet. Pick up your right foot, put it in the strap. Anchor your hands mid-shin. We're not going to spend too many minutes doing this, but I just want to open up through our legs. Walk your hands up that strap so that you've got a space where you can get some good resistance, and then drive through your heel, which makes your knee straighten as much as it can. If you need to bend your left knee and put your foot on the floor, you certainly can do that if that's going to give you a little bit more room in your right leg. Melt your shoulder blades into the floor, really wide chest, push the small of the back into the floor as much as you can, and then bring your leg towards your chest. You can soften the knee if you need to, pulling towards your chest here with the right leg. You guys feel this along the whole length from heel all the way up to your glute on your right leg? All right, hold the strap in your right hand at some point between your knee and your ankle, and externally rotate your leg. So you take your knee and your toes and you turn them to the right. Now start to drop your outer ankle bone towards the floor on the right foot. Again, if you find that your left hip wants to roll over, bend your left knee, put your left foot on the floor so you can really try to anchor through that side. Just finding opening through this right leg. If you're here and you are okay, you might try straightening your leg, pressing through your heel. And so I've got that leg coming straight out to the side, and I'm using the tension from my arm to pull here. Good. Push your left shoulder down, bring your left hip down, bring your leg back up to center, switch hands, and then your foot is not expected to go all the way to the floor. Take it directly, so we change that external rotation, just make it neutral. Toes and knees are in line with the hips. Start to pull your inner ankle towards the floor on the left side. So taking it across your body in your left hand. Right leg coming across in the opposite hand. Be mindful that your right shoulder stays down. So your right hip is going to roll up because your right leg is going over your body, but pull the right shoulder down. This creates a lot of hip mobility, which is really important, especially as we age. And good for you if you're athletic as well. Ugh. All right, bend your right knee, bring it back up to center, unhook that leg. Before you lay it down, just give yourself a squeeze with your right knee into your chest, hugging the front of your leg. Good. Keep that foot drawn in. Put your left foot on the floor. Give yourself a little glute challenge here by hugging the right knee in and lift your hips. So I'm pushing up into a bridge, hugging my right knee in. Very good. And hold that here. Really working the left glute. If you're wobbling, that's okay. You're working, lifting through your hips. Breathe. Good. Exhale, drop your hips down. Release your right leg. Find your strap again. Hook your left foot. Take your left foot straight up towards the sky. Anchor your hands on the strap in a place where you can create the length and resistance that we want to achieve with that leg. Pushing through your heel up towards the ceiling. If you have a bend in that knee, it's a small bend. And pull your left thigh gently towards your chest. Press your shoulders down into the mat. Hug your belly button in so the small of your back gets glued towards the mat. You can soften your right knee, put your foot on the floor if you want to. Use your elbows, use the work you have of your arms and your grip to pull that leg towards your chest. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. Transition the strap to your left hand, find your external rotation. So first you straighten your leg, then gently turn your toes and your knee, moving that whole sequence of bones to the left. Keep your right hip anchored, right shoulder anchored. Start to drop your left leg out. Left ankle bone on the outer shin going towards the floor on the left. If your right hip lifts up off the floor a little bit, that's okay, but not like a huge gap, just a little bit. Pull your right shoulder down. And I've got enough tension through the strap that I'm really working on that left hand to hold my leg up so I don't have it way up like reins. You guys look good. Find your breath. Good. Breathe in, open through your left hip, and then exhale, bring it back up to center. Oh, switch hands. Hold the strap in your left hand, press through your hold the strap in your right hand, press through your left leg. Left shoulder stays on the floor. Start to take your inner left ankle bone to the right. Your left hip is going to roll up off the mat, but keep your left shoulder down. And just like when your leg was up towards the ceiling, can you extend through your heel? So really straightening that leg a bit, driving through the heel on your left leg. So certainly we've created length now through our shoulders, mid-back, and legs. Bring your leg back up to center. Good. Oh my goodness, everybody. All right, bend your knee, unhook the strap, hug your leg into your chest. So left thigh, hug in. All right, let's do the bridge on this side. Bend your right knee, put your foot on the floor, keep your left foot hugging in. Strong through this right glute. So left leg is hugging in, right foot on the floor. Push yourself up into the bridge. So I've got a bent right knee pushing through the foot like I'm in a half bridge here. Good, Heather. That's it. Hug that left knee into your chest. So this is more work than stretch, more strength. Pushing here. If you got a death grip with your right toes, relax those toes. If you're wobbling, that means you're creating stability. So be willing to wobble, squeeze, lower down. Good work, guys. Take a big stretch. Slide your feet out. Reach through your fingertips. Point and flex your toes. And let's rock and roll so we're standing up. Your choice how you get there. If you want to hug your knees for a second and rock and roll up, get some movement through your spine, take a few of those, or you just make your way up. We're all going to be standing up.
Excuse me.
Lana's got rock and roll hiccups, huh?
Excuse me.
All right, stand up at the top of your mat. Take your feet hip width distance apart. Let's spend a minute getting grounded, standing on your feet. Close your eyes. Take your Tadasana, so hands at your sides. Life coming all the way energetically from your fingertips up into these broad, wide shoulders. Feet are on the floor, pushing through your inner arches. Plugging in through your heels and feeling the outer pinky toe making contact with the mat. Squeeze your glutes and gently tuck your pelvis under just a bit. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, take a big forward fold. Take a moment in your ragdoll here. Grab opposite elbow and sway side to side. I still have some space between my feet, so about hip width distance apart. Taking this upside down inversion, sway side to side. Release your hands. Bring your feet closer together and inhale to your flat back. Press your hands on your knees. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, hug your belly in, and let your gaze be slightly forward and down. Get here and find your breath. So this is strong. This is a strong pose because your back is engaged. The backs of your legs are engaged. Good. Breathe in. Exhale, soften everything and fold. Put your hands on the mat. Step back to your high plank. Let's stay here in our high plank, belly tight, and notice if you're piking up towards the sky like you're ready for down dog. Take yourself into the challenge. Make yourself, your hip bones totally level to the mat. Hugging in. Oh, you guys are buff. Stay right here. Come on, let's go right here. That's right. Puff up through your shoulders. Belly is tight. You got this, Alana. Stay with me. 3, 2, 1, control it all the way down to the mat. Hug the elbows in, lower all the way down. Squeeze, go as slow as you can. Slow as you can. Slow as you can, all the way down to the mat. Relax. Relax the tops of your feet. Keep your hands right where they are. Breathe. Take an inhale. Lift your chest. Good. Exhale, lower all the way down. Put your head on the mat. Okay. Push all the way back up into your high plank. Ava's show is like playing full blast, so hold on a second. Here we go. Like, exhale back to your downward facing dog. Pedal it out here in your downward facing dog. Shake your head from side to side. Okay. had to go change the show. Are you still in your down dog? Good job. All right, from your down dog friends, walk to the top of the mat. Find yourself in your forward fold. And then roll all the way up. Take a big breath in, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe in, find your flat back. Let's really connect our breath. Fold forward, put your hands on the mat, step back to your high plank. Not here as long this time, but find that integration from your fingers into your shoulders. Belly in. Shift forward a little bit, Tommy, so you're putting weight, stacking your bones, not an angle with your arms. Good. And lower all the way down. This time take Sphinx Pose. Drop your forearms to the mat, elbows right under your shoulders, and lift your chest, hugging your elbows in. Spend a moment here. Relax your feet if it feels better to take your feet out wide. Close your eyes. And sometimes I wait until this point in the practice to then take a moment and set an intention. Because it's like the clouds Alana said she saw last night that were blocking the view of the full moon. You have all this stuff that's clouding what your real intention might be. And if you have no idea what your intention is, just be right here, grateful for your body, grateful for this opportunity today, that you are healthy enough and strong enough to try, and that you have the freedom to have this time. Lower all the way down. Take your right hand out, long palm on the floor. Push through your left hand and roll over onto your right shoulder. Opening through that shoulder, let your left foot kind of fall behind you for a moment. My right palm is down. And then when you're ready, bend your left knee and catch the ankle. Pull your heel towards your glute if you can. If you don't catch your ankle, maybe you can catch your toes or just bend that knee. Be patient. Release your foot, come all the way back to center. Take your left arm out, reset, find that place where both hip bones are on the mat. Put your right hand down, elbow bent, left arm extended like a T, palm down, and roll over onto your left shoulder. Taking your top leg, your right foot, just reaching it gently behind you. And then when you're ready, you can bend your knee completely, reaching for your ankle, or just drop it to the floor behind you with a little bit of a bent knee. That feels good. Release your foot. Gently roll all the way back to the front of your mat. Put your hands down, tuck your toes, hug your elbows in very tight. So the push and the pull are part of our functional movements to be a healthy human. So here's your push. Hug your elbows in tight, push through your hands, belly tight, squeeze your glutes, push up to a high plank. Come on, you got this. Push up, that's right, all the way up. Good, Alana, that's it. Hold that high plank, breathe in, excellent. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. Drop to your knees. Drop your hips back towards your heels, take a child's pose. Rest your forehead to the mat or to a block. palms reaching forward. Good. Come back up to center. Couple cat-cows warming up your back. And exaggerate this movement. We're preparing our body to do flip dog. So that involves a lot of opening through your back. So take the cat-cows slowly, pushing up through the arch of your back. And then dropping your belly, lifting your chin. All 10 fingers are spread out. Putting weight through the knuckles. Great. Sit back on your heels a moment and grab your block. Let's all do it our 3 ways together to get to our flip dog. All right. So even if you feel like I'm ready, just take your body through the process. All right. Hands and knees, left hand on your block. You want a really good stack of shoulders over elbows over wrists. Good. Keeping the left leg steady, bring your right knee up, bending at the foot, and then drop it back as your right hand lifts, and you take that right shoulder up. And we did all this shoulder and back and opening, so you've got this ability to open. Good, Tommy, that's right. Feel this open through this right front hip, right? Because when we're upside down in flip dog, that's what's happening. You're opening. And take your right shoulder back and feel the pressure through your left hand that's holding you up. Good. Now find control. So we're not going to just skydive down, but we're going to find control. Bring your right hand down slowly. Bring your right knee back where it goes. Sit back on your heels. Stretch out your wrists. Right wrist up, fingers down. And switch. Take the block underneath your right hand. Left hand on the floor, belly engaged. Knees are not close together. They're about hip width distance apart. And I'm not sagging through my belly. So see if there's an arch in my back here. This is not me being strong. I'm really pulled up and in. See the difference? This is like, oh, I'm just like hanging versus I'm pulled up and in. All right. So we want this pulled up and in position. Left knee up. Right hand stays on the block. Left knee up. Did I say that? Let's all make sure we're together. Left knee up, okay? There we go, if I'm confusing. All right, left knee goes back. And take your left hand up towards the sky, pressing through your right hand. And again, there's this opening all through here, right? Through that left hip, left shoulder, back. Take your left arm back. Press through your right hand. Good, bring that hand to the floor. Sit back on your heels, circle your wrists, move your block. Now finding real grounding of your hands on the floor. If you need to change so that you use the block again, now you know how to do that. I'm going to take us through with our hands on the floor. Grounding through your left hand. Take that hand so you're really sure it's right under your body, not out in front. So that left hand is supporting you right under your body. Right knee up, bending here with the knee. Open your hip, drop that foot back. Let your right hand peel up towards the sky. Good. Excellent. Reach, open. Very good. Come back around controlled. Squeeze everything into your midline. Come back around controlled. Take a second, come off your hands if you need to. And then we'll do the other side. Feet about hip width distance apart. Right hand on the ground. Left knee lifts with a bend in the knee. Take your left foot back behind you. Peel your left hand up towards the sky. Ah. Strong right arm. Big opening through the front of your body. Breathe. Ah, good work. Come back around. Gently controlled. Excellent. All right, take a rest. Sit back on your heels. Take your hands behind your back if you can. If it's not good for you to sit back on your heels, you could just stay on your knees for a second or sit on your block. Interlace your fingers, take a stretch up towards the sky, pushing your palms up. Okay, are we ready for the real deal, y'all?
Yes.
You ready?
Yes. Let's
Okay, we're ready. Here we go. All right, this is it. Make sure you got space on the sides of your mat, okay? That's where your feet are going. Here we go. Hands on the mat from your tabletop. Lift your knees, downward facing dog. Strong back, feet hip width distance apart. My arms are straight, so those bones are holding me up. Good. Inhale your right leg up towards the sky. Press your left heel down, bend your knee. Open through your hip. And I want to see you push through your arms and take your knee up and to the sky. So you're really lifting through your outer shin. There you go. All right, here it goes. You're going to just lift your right hand as you drop your right foot to the floor. That's it. Good, Alana. Now pivot your toes so they're parallel. Push up through your left hand, reach up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you get there. Don't give up. Good, Michaela. Amazing. All right, tight belly. Thank you, Heather. Fantastic, Alana. Tight. Here we go. Come all the way back around. Control it. Right down. Knees down. All right. Okay. Tommy, you have the whole month to work on this. So go.
I'll need
baby
that.
step. All right. We don't want to leave your arm on the mat while the rest of your body's over there. Right? Okay. Okay. That was amazing. Good job, y'all. Here we go. Other side, downward facing dog. Use your breath. Exhale. Make your core help you be stable. So I'm hugging everything into the center line. Strong arms, all 10 fingers pressing down into the mat. Lift your left leg, press your right heel down. Bend your left knee and start reaching that hip open, pushing through your arms. Now find your transition. Maybe you want to bring your right hand a little bit more under your body, and you're going to drop that left foot to the floor. Left hand comes up. Now position your feet so they change. Knees become parallel. Push through your right hand, lift your hips. Your left hand is just helping you. Good. All right, control it. Belly tight, squeeze the glutes. Come all the way back around. Left hand to the floor. You are amazing. Even if you're rolling around right now, you are still amazing. So good. Good job. Take child's pose. Just be happy about whatever's happening, all right? Happy about the opportunity to move in a way that's unusual and creative and stretchy and challenging and pushes you. Take your hands and reach for your heels. Tuck your chin just a little bit. If your hands don't make it to your heels, they can just rest along beside you, reaching back. Really good, guys. Unwind. Breathe in and breathe out. Put your hands on the mat. Come to your hands and knees. Close your eyes. Be in this body, in this space, in these four corners of this mat, which is your safety zone, the place where you don't have to try to be tough. You don't have to try to be perfect. You don't have to try to be accommodating. You can just be whatever you are and be okay. Exploring, falling, growing, trying. You can be afraid. You can also be courageous. All in this safe space. It's your space. Wiggle your hips from side to side. Maybe make some circles with those hips. Good. Drop your forearms to the mat. So we're in the forearms down right here. Good. And then scoot your knees back. Tuck your toes, lift your knees. Good. All right, this is your forearm plank. I'm just going to do a little variation on side plank today so you have less pressure on your wrists. Let's start this is very strong. You're doing very good. Drop your knees if you need to, but keep your belly level to the floor. Good. All right, everybody rest. Drop your hips, drop everything. You're in Sphinx Pose. Okay, while you're in Sphinx Pose, look at me. I'm here. I'm going to drop my heels to the left, lift up my right hand. Come back, rest. All right, that's our variation on side plank. What's the worst that can happen? You're going to go here. You're going to go, can't do it. And you're going to energetically imagine how you drop your hips or drop a knee and you can still open up here. Okay? That's the worst that's going to happen. That you'll be somewhere in between. Okay? Tuck your toes. Push through your shoulders. Lift your hips. This is strong, so we won't stay here long. All right, drop your heels to the left. Push into your right shoulder. Yeah, lift your right hand or somewhere in between. Amazing. Good job. Come back around and lower it down. Rest. Take a break. Put your head on your hands. Breathe here. If you don't want the break, don't need the break, you can stay in that forearm plank. All right, Sphinx Pose, everybody. It's the same thing on the other side. Watch me. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. I drop my heels to the right as I push through my right arm and take the left hand up. On the sides of the feet, come back around and lower. Okay, fantastic. Here we are. All right, use your hands. So use those hands on the floor. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Good. Drop your heels to the right. That's step one. Push through your right hip, strong through your core. Try, lift your left hand the best you can. You don't have to be perfect today. You don't have to be perfect ever. Just try. Come back around. Rest.
Oh.
Make a pillow with your hands. Lower everything down. Put your forehead on your hands. Elbows out wide. So good, you guys. Bend your knees, keep your head right where it is, and just windshield wiper your legs side to side. We're here on our belly. Do half frog with your right leg. So right knee draws up while my left leg is extended. All right, and so my right knee is really drawing up, left leg is extended. You can rest your forehead on your hands like we were before, or you can lift your chest, stretching your back as well, finding this Sphinx position with your arms, with your half frog, with your leg. Look at how you're aiming to have this 90-degree bend at the knee and 90-degree bend at your foot. So if your foot is in, it's not quite as bringing that tension into this inner thigh on your right leg. If this hurts your back, then back off and lower your head to the floor. Stay right here, breathe. All right, if your chest is lifted, lower all the way down. Swing your right knee back and around. Take a breath and reset, and then bring your left leg up, half frog on this side. Right leg stays extended, really pulling this left knee up as high as you can. Stay right up here. Push your elbows down into the mat. If you want to lift your chest, you can. Or you can just support your head. If you are doing this Sphinx pose, look down and make sure that you have your elbows right underneath your shoulders. So you're not putting this collapsing motion into the shoulders. I've got good integrity through that upper arm bone. Good. If you take on the rest of today, the rest of this weekend, the rest of September, the way that you just took on what we did today, finding that balance between effort and ease, being willing to step fully into the challenge when it's right in front of you, then all those possibilities are totally available to you. Lower gently all the way down. Sweep your left leg back. Bend your knees, take your legs side to side one more time. All right, friends, it's time for your rest. If you're just like comfy and toast right where you are, you can just support your head with your hands and stay right here. If you'd like to roll over and be on your back or take your legs up the wall, it's your moment. It's your time to rest, so do what feels comfortable for you. You get these seconds, these precious seconds to just reset. Let everything go. Settle into your breath. Breathe into the back. This is your opportunity to take deep breaths. And to choose today to be happy right where you are. To let go of the preoccupation with what happened in the past or what's going to happen in the future. To let go of the idea that somehow the past is more important and the future is better. But instead, opening our eyes today, fully seeing, fully stepping into what's right here. If you're on your tummy, then you may want to just roll over onto your right side or onto your back. Do what feels right to you so that you can get to a place where ultimately you bring yourself up to a seat.
Thank you.
Bring your hands together at heart center. offer gratitude for this opportunity that from around the world we can share something like flipping our dog together. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.